Anthony Scheirer, public insurance adjuster, and I want to talk to homeowners about the insurance claim process. It's something that most are unfamiliar with because it only happens once or twice in a lifetime. But I see this on a daily basis, and I've seen a lot of risk areas that could have been avoided before there was a loss. So let me talk to you a little bit about insurance claims. I'm going to lay this out pretty simple about what to do when they happen. So first, let's back up. The first risk point is the policy. If you have a cut rate policy, it's likely there is language in that policy that you and even your agent is unaware of that can really affect the settlement because you simply don't understand what to say. And if you say that your toilet is overflowing and you call that a sewer backup, it's going to get you denied or paid out of a different provision of the policy that is very limited in coverage. So what you say really matters, and it matters because of the policy that you bought has all these very vague exclusions in it, and the insurance companies use those exclusions to deny you coverage or to limit your settlement. Now, as public insurance adjusters, the state licenses us to be your representative in an insurance claim situation, and before you even have a claim, it makes most sense to sit down with me and go over your policy so I can talk to you about the issues with them, and then you can call your agent and say, hey, listen, I need to get I don't sell insurance. So you call your agent and say, I was advised I should have this. And that's where a good claim starts. It starts with the policy. Now, if you have an insurance claim, most people are apt to call the insurance company. That's the first thing they do is, hey, insurance company, or they call, they suck up the water out of the carpet. You call these restoration companies, and they come out. So let's go over these two scenarios. So number one, you call the insurance company, or you call your agent. Now, they all, like it or not, they all represent the insurance company, and all their advice ends up benefiting the insurance company. Even the agent, even if it's your spouse, they're not trained on insurance claims and how the policies dictate what you're really owed. And are you owed a single shingle, or are you owed the whole roof? Are you owed, your carpet's wet, do they blow air under the carpet, or are you owed new carpet? Who's making these decisions? And these decisions are based off of vague language in the policy. So using a professional, we're going to make sure that those vague descriptions benefit you. But you call the insurance company, they use those vague descriptions to benefit them, because let's face it, your agent is not the one adjusting your loss. It is the insurance company adjuster that comes out. Now, the insurance company adjuster is not licensed as a public adjuster. It's not your adjuster. This is somebody that is hired by the insurance company, and the insurance company trains them to pay out a claim the way they feel the claim should be paid out. And whether that's good for you or not it doesn't matter. They're going to stand behind their policy and say, well, this is why we're denying you because of this. So it's very risky, and even as a homeowner, when you call the insurance company and they start talking to you about your loss, it's more of an interrogation. It's more of them trying to get you to say this common language that will get your claim denied or low paid. And I'm not saying they're purposely doing it, but it ends up, that conversation, the way it goes, leads down that path to where you're using, my kitchen flooded. Well, you don't have coverage for flood. Flood is excluded in all the policies. So, and that's not what that is. Same thing with the toilet coming out. Chances are, 99% of the time, that's not a sewer backup. It's an accidental discharge of the plumbing system. And the way you present that loss to the insurance company is going to matter if you are not covered, have $5,000 or $10,000 in coverage, or are limited in coverage to your coverage A limit. So the second risk is calling the contractor. or an insurance company's preferred contractor. These are very dangerous points in your loss, because you have these people that have a conflicted interest where they say, no, we're gonna work with the insurance company and help you, but they're not, because they know nothing about the policy and what you're owed, and even worse, they're not licensed and bonded correctly so that you have financial restitution if they are negligent in handling your insurance claim. If the insurance company doesn't pay, the contractor has their hand out to you, say, well, you have to pay me. The restoration companies come out, and you're usually in a fury because everything's going on in my house. Call them out, and they'll say, well, here's our work authorization. Just go ahead and sign it. We'll get started. Well, what that work authorization says is we're going to do what we want. If the insurance company doesn't pay, you still owe. And if you don't pay, we're going to put a lien on your house. And that's very risky because, as we know, the insurance companies don't often pay the contractor's estimate. They're cutting it almost all the time. And any contractor that's listening to me, you should be able to vouch for that. Time and time again, the contractors they want to deal with insurance claims less because the insurance companies simply aren't paying what even they want or need. So, as a public insurance adjuster, we're going to write an estimate that reflects what you're owed according to the policy and what the damage is and how all that works out. And you're going to get a proper settlement. Now, with the restoration companies that come out, the insurance company, they don't pay, you still owe, and they have their hand out. And that's just not fair. So you don't want to go that route. If we're involved, the only contractors that we call in are restoration companies, because we tell them to do the very bare minimum until we know what's going on with this loss, and if we have to do more, we'll get them in and do more. Not let them do what they want, and then if insurance company doesn't pay, the homeowner still owes. So it's a way different way of approaching the insurance claim to protect that homeowner's financial interest, so that they don't get denied or they don't owe a contractor an unbelievable amount of money. Because imagine if that claim's not covered. A lot of frozen pipes and pipe leaks and stuff like that aren't covered because people simply don't have the correct policy. Now, the restoration company comes in and you have a $10,000 bill because they cleaned up all the water, and the insurance company's not paying it. So you have a $10,000 bill, and when they came in, oh yeah, no problem, we'll deal with the insurance company. You can't have that risk. So those are the biggest risk points in an insurance claim, and you really need to have professional representation. It's going to protect you as a homeowner, and it's going to protect you as a contractor from the methods that the insurance companies use to not pay claims or pay claims low. So I hope you all understand what I'm talking about. If you have any questions about insurance claims, my advice is free. I come out, I sit down, and go over everything free. The only time I get paid is if we get money from the insurance company. And our settlements are generally better than you're going to get on your own or the contractor is going to get you. But we're going to prevent the risk of you getting denied or low paid. We're going to get you paid properly. And that's what we bring to the table. So Anthony Scheirer, Public Insurance Adjuster. I'm here if you need me. We prevent denials.